Hi everyone, Chris here with an update for the C-3PO LED light boards. So a few people asked if I could put together this video, and this is actually about the 26th, 27th take of this video that I've tried to put together. So I'm going to try and keep it as short as possible and as simple as possible as well. So uh, basically this is the kit. So what you get is a main driver board and then two LED boards, and then of course all the ancillaries between, minus the power. So you're going to have to provide your own power for this, or you can purchase one of these from the website. I personally prefer to use an 18650 cell, which is what I have installed in one of these. They're about 3500 mAh, so they last a good amount of time, just literally on all the time. I actually test these kits for a number of hours and cycle through the colour schemes just to make sure that they're fully working prior to shipping. So, like I say, you get three main boards. The first one, I'll use this as an example. This is a driver board. So you've got your Pro Micro here that's attached to the main driver board, and there's two versions available. There's a USB-C version, such as this, or a micro USB version. So you can choose between the two. I've got equal quantities of both of them, and I'm trying to solder them up so that there are equal quantity of each available at any one time. However, if if I haven't, then I will try to basically solder as many as I can as quickly as I can. But this is the main driver board. So this main driver board, as I say, mounts the Pro Micro Arduino that you see here. This comes pre-installed with the sketch that allows you to switch colours between the three modes. So those are a bright white, which is a really good colour if you've got really high intensity light, sunlight, or if you're indoors and you've got spotlights or something that are a bit dazzling. That will help the light in 3PO's eyes really stand out. Then you have a yellowish colour, which is a bit closer to the original trilogy colours, I think. It's got a much softer glow about it. And then, of course, the Sith translation scene where his eyes turn red. So those are the three presets that I've kind of put onto the board already. So they're selectable via this push to make switch. So it looks like this. All you have to do is push it once and it will change from one colour to the next. Now, if this becomes disconnected for whatever reason, you'll notice there's actually only two wires. So it doesn't matter which way round you connect this, as long as it's connected to both, then it will cycle through the colours. So that's between you'll notice they have little letters on each of the pins. So one is G, one is V, and one is S. So ground, volt, and signal. So this is literally just bridging the ground and the signal at any one time. That's why it doesn't matter which way around you turn it, have it. However, all of the others, if they become disconnected, please make sure that whichever colour you have, whether it's white, red or black, so long as one of these, because these are all connected, if I disconnect this here, with a 3-pin adapter, and you've only got 3 pins, make sure that they're connected to the corresponding output pin or input pin. So, for example, ground on this is black, and ground going to this board is also black. So you just want to make sure that between each of the boards that you have, these connections all go to the same pin. Anyway, let's power up one of these kits. So this is the USB-C version. So whichever version you get, again, you'll have the corresponding lead, USB lead. I'm going to use one of my power banks here. There we go. If I just flip that over. Right. So using the push to make switch, I'm going to change the colour. So this is the bright white colour to a yellowish glow and to the red. So each one of those button presses is going to cycle the colour to the next. So just whilst I leave that on a second, I'll mention this board. This is one of the LED boards, so I've got two here. So one is already in a set of eye grills, or a eye grill rather. So this is one of Jesse M's files, and it's printed at 100%. Now, I've tried to make these as universal fitting as possible. So that means if someone's printed an eye grill at 100%, this will fit. You just might need to sand a little bit around the edge. And for those that have printed this at maybe 102 or to 105% or even 106%, you'll find that on each of these boards I've left the nubs. So the nubs are like little ridges. Now, they're not really showing up because my camera's not picking it up, but there's little ridges around the board, and that's basically to allow the people that have got theirs upscaled, the eye grills upscaled, so that these will fit nice and snug, because it's always easier to remove material, but it's very hard to add it on. So if you have a set of these eye grills that are 100%, or perhaps you've even printed smaller, then you might find you have to sand off the nubs just for a snug fit, because you want that to be able to sit flush inside the eye grill. Now, these are the second or third version of these eyes. So the first version looked like this, which pretty much look almost identical except for the inner diameter. Now, a few very kind folks at the 3PO community page, they mentioned to me that they would actually rather see the LEDs brought closer together, and that meant reducing this inner diameter in the eye boards. So hopefully that's looking a little bit more kind of closer to the screen accuracy, or for screen accuracy, for those that are interested. It does mean that the eye tubes have slightly less space to fit inside of, but even if you've upscaled to 106%, I think the eye tubes come out at around somewhere around 11 millimeters potentially, or even 12. So there should just about be enough room to fit the eye tubes inside of these. But again, there's also a little bit of material that you can actually sand from the inside using a file. So again, we are a 3PO builders group. So it's very difficult to make things very like off the shelf, ready to use, one size fits all. So a little bit of modification might be needed, but these are a pretty good generic kit for anyone who needs an LED light kit for their 3PO helmet. So I'll just put that back over there for a second. Now, I'll mention this again. This eye grill is 100%, and I've got a board here that's kind of semi-recessed in place. But if I sanded a little bit more off, it would lower down a little bit more, and we'd have a couple of mil gap at the top here of this outer kind of outer rim of this eye grill. So that will allow a backing plate, which I've made available on the website. I think it's on the same website. I think it's on GitLab or GitHub, whichever one. The same wherever my code for the Arduino for the sketches. You'll find a file which is a backing plate STL file, so you can print it out if you have access to a printer, and you can use it as a push fit basically. So that goes on the back of here. Now, these have got pins or headers on the back of. There's a gap for those, and you'll be able to then put the backing plate over and around the back, and that will sandwich everything nicely together. So you'll have your lens, you'll have your eye tube in there, and then you'll have this. The eye tube will come through this board, and then the backing plate will sandwich it, and it's got a recess on it as well, so it keeps everything together nice and compact. And it's also a bit of a safety feature, because it means that that eye tube then can't be pushed backwards. You know, not that anyone's really likely to push it anyway, but you never know. So it's a bit of a safety feature as well. So that's there if you wish to download it. The kits are approximately £40. That's sterling. So they're £40, and that will get you the whole kit that you see here. So that's the 3 boards. You've got the 2 LED boards and then the main driver board, and whichever lead applicable to the Arduino that you have there. If you want, the batteries are available. I can't remember if I've already said that, but I'll make these available as well, just for a few people, because they mentioned that they're like a full plug and play kit. These have got an 18650 cell such as this in that lasts for, as I say, it lasts for a few hours. I think I had one going for just over 24 hours continuous, just to see how long it would last. But the nature of it is, if you're wearing a suit, you're not going to be wearing it for that amount of time anyway. So, but it's there, and if you find it useful, you can order one. But you might be able to, you might already have one yourself, or you might be able to find one a little bit cheaper in your country. Just please ensure that it's got a battery management system, so BMS, and that it's not going to deliver any more than 5 volts to the board, because these boards will only take 5 volts. Any more than that will risk damaging this board or the even the LED boards. So I'm trying to basically just solder up as many of these kits as possible as well in my spare time. It takes me a couple of hours to do a few of them, but I am slowly getting a bit quicker at putting them together. So if you find that there is 0 quantity available on the website, which is chrismakes.uk/shop, then please bear with me. Feel free to send me whether it's a message via Facebook or a message via the contact page on the website, just to let me know that you're waiting. I don't allow back orders because I would much rather have all of the stock up on the website and available at the time. That means that from the moment that you order, within a couple of working days, I'm going to be able to get one of these kits out to you. Now, the kits are sent via Royal Mail. I'm in the UK, so the courier is Royal Mail, and they are a little bit notorious for being a little bit slow. So please bear with me again with that. So deliveries outside of the UK can take anything from 4 to 6 weeks. I think the longest, I sent a kit out to someone in the Netherlands, and it took almost 7 to 8 weeks, but that was also partly because of customs taking so long to have a look at the item before passing it on. So yeah, 4 to 6 weeks delivery from order, and I will try to get these out literally within kind of 48 hours from receiving an order. They come in at £40. These are, the batteries are around, I think, £9.25, and then you'll have some shipping costs on top of that as well, depending on where you are. But I do try to keep it as low as possible. Now, dare I say it, I can't actually think of much else to mention, so I'll leave it there. I'll just connect this up again so you can see it working. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. The website again is chrismakes.uk/shop, and you'll see these for sale there. You can order the battery pack separately if you want, or you can use your own. But yeah, any questions, let me know. Thanks very much for looking, and all the best. Bye.